Happy Wednesday, grade 3. I'm really happy that you could join me for some comprehension today on our YouTube classroom. So grab your booklet and a pencil and let's get started.
All right, let's get started with our comprehension for today. So this is Wednesday the 25th of March. We're going to be learning about chimpanzees. Now they're asking you to look for how chimpanzees' behaviors is like human behavior. So if I look here, that's a chimpanzee. That's what they look like. So while you're reading this, that's what you keep in your mind. They're a monkey, but they're kind of a, I'm sure you've seen them before. They're kind of a very human-looking monkey. They have a lot of the same features as humans do, like the ears stick out and the eyebrows. So let's go through and we're going to read a little bit about chimpanzees. So learning about chimpanzees, I'm going to use my pencil or my pen. We know a lot about chimpanzees because of Jane Goodall. She studied the apes for over 30 years. She crawled through thick forests in Africa to sit still and watch them. During that time, Jane wrote down what she saw and heard. We now know that chimpanzees live in friendly groups. They greet each other with a hug and a kiss. Mother chimps tickle their babies and make them laugh. Chimpanzees play games together and they clean each other. They show their feelings too. Worried chimpanzees pucker their lips. Scared chimpanzees bare their teeth. Calm and happy chimpanzees smile. And each sound a chimpanzee makes means something. For example, chimpanzees bark when they find food. Chimpanzees also solve problems. They use sticks as tools to get food they cannot reach. They chew leaves and use them as sponges to sop up water. So just looking here, we're learning about chimpanzees. So we're going to read and we're going to highlight anything that is the same as or like human behavior. I mean, not exactly the same. So Jane Goodall is not about behavior. So we're looking for chimpanzees' behavior. So go through with me and we're going to highlight the chimpanzees' behavior. So she studied apes for over 30 years. So this is talking about Jane Goodall. This paragraph here is talking a lot about chimpanzees' behavior. So this is where we're going to find most of our parallels with humans. So they live in friendly groups. Humans live in friendly groups. We live in a town, a friendly group. They greet each other with a hug and a kiss. We greet our people that we're really close to with a hug and a kiss. Mother chimps tickle their babies and make them laugh. Oh, mother humans tickle their babies and make them laugh. All right. Chimpanzees play games together and they clean each other. So humans also play games together, and you might, when you were a baby, your parents had to clean you. So we do clean each other. They show their feelings too. Humans show their feelings. This whole paragraph is all about the things that are the same. Worried chimpanzees pucker their lips. Scared chimpanzees bare their teeth. Now that's different than humans. Maybe you might pucker your lips, but definitely calm and happy chimpanzees smile. That's very similar to humans. And each sound a chimpanzee makes means something. Oh, our human sounds have meaning too, so I'm going to highlight that. For example, chimpanzees bark when they find food. Now, humans don't often bark when we find food. I'm sure there's some humans that might, but it's not typical human behavior. Chimpanzees also solve problems. Now, we solve problems, humans solve problems. We use tools. So it says they use sticks as tools. We use tools to get food that we cannot reach. We would do that, definitely. If there was something stuck up high, you would use a tool to get it. And they chew leaves and use them as sponges to sop up water. Now, we don't do that as humans, but we do make sponges to sop up water. So I was surprised to read that chimpanzees, we're going to move on to our strategy practice. I was surprised to read that chimpanzees, and you're going to fill in the blank. So here you're going to write something that was surprised you about chimpanzees. I was surprised that chimpanzees you make sponges. I was surprised that they chew leaves and use them as sponges. That's pretty interesting to me. I had never read that before. Okay, now we're going to move on to skills practice. So read each question and fill in the bubble next to the correct answer. So which one is probably Jane Goodall's job? So let's go up here and just look about Jane Goodall. We know a lot about chimpanzees because of Jane Goodall. She studied the apes for over 30 years. She crawled through thick forests in Africa to sit still and watch them. During that time, Jane wrote down what she saw and heard. So that sounds like a job. I don't think she raises chimpanzees. She was watching them. She's not working in a zoo. She was working in the forests in Africa. It sounds like she's a scientist. Scientists observe, scientists write down what they see, and I don't think she trained them. She was watching them in their natural habitat. So she is a scientist. Based on the passage, number 2, based on the passage, which one is true about chimpanzees? So based on what we've read, not things that you might know from other places, but based on what we've read, what does it say? So it didn't say that they don't like people. There's nothing in there. We did say that they do act like people in some ways. It didn't say that they like to live alone. They like to live in friendly groups. It didn't say that they sang and danced. That doesn't mean that they don't. It just means that that's not in the passage. So from the passage, remember this is the passage, this thing we're reading. From the passage, we know that they act like people in some ways. All right, number 3, where do chimpanzees live? So A, only in zoos, B, in forests, C, in deserts, and D, in icy areas. So looking here, so looking at the top here, thick forests. So that tells us that if she's sitting in thick forests to watch the chimpanzees, that thick forests, they live in forests. All right, number 4, which one shows that chimpanzees act like people? So A, they show their teeth when they're scared. B, they bark when they find food. C, they pucker their lips when they're worried. Or D, they play games together. So we talked about this a little bit up here. Humans don't usually, well, maybe they do, but it's not typical to show your teeth when you're scared. We don't usually bark when we find food. We don't usually pucker our lips when we're worried. That's like a kissy face. That's puckering our lips. But we do play games together. So let's do D. All right. So I'm going to say that that was a fun little way to learn about chimpanzees. An extending activity you could do would be to look up chimpanzee facts for kids. Now you already have the spelling of chimpanzee. Make sure that when you type anything into a search engine, you add for kids, because that makes sure that you're getting something that's appropriate for kids. All right, I hope you enjoyed this comprehension video, and I'll see you back tomorrow for more comprehension.
For you. If you still have any questions, you can always let me know on Class Dojo. If not, I'll see you back again tomorrow for more comprehension. Also, make sure you check out the novel study that was posted today. Chapter 2 of Super Fudge was posted first thing this morning. Have a wonderful day.